Just a couple days ago, I was on HBO Max's Adult Swim Hub looking for a new show to watch because I was kind of tired of just watching, The Simpsons and Rick and Morty all the time. And it turns out there's this one show known as Unicorn Warriors Eternal there. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I've been ducking the show for the past 2 or 3 years because it just looked unappealing, but God, it's actually pretty peak. For some context, the show first aired in May 2023 on Adult Swim and HBO Max, and it's created by the same guy who created Samurai Jack, so that already gives enough evidence as to why you should watch it. But besides all that, the show follows these 3 heroes that get reincarnated every generation to fight this great evil. And in this generation, in 19th century London, it turns out they got reincarnated into teenagers. Now with this, a lot of problems end up arising. As firstly, our main character Emma is supposed to be the reincarnate for Melinda, with Melinda taking over her body and having complete control. But because Emma's a teenager, for some reason Melinda can't take over completely, and because of that, Emma basically has Melinda's powers while also being a fractured teenager. And this is quite the issue, as Emma/Melinda is supposed to be the powerhouse of the team and be the one to basically destroy the great evil in almost every reincarnation or generation end up fighting it in. With this same problem also arising with another member known as Alfie/Shang. As Shang is the person he's supposed to reincarnate to, but because again Alfie's a kid, he ends up just having Shang's powers and also having a kid like mine, which is kind of bad for him because again he clearly has the ability to see into the space-time continuum, so he's basically in the clouds for most of the show. And lastly, we have Edred the elf. Now thankfully Edred is an elf that kinda can live for forever, and also his host that he's supposed to reincarnate into was an actual adult, so he fully reincarnates in a body, but because of that he's basically the only member of the team that actually knows what the fuck is going on. The only other problem with this is the fact that again he's typically the lover of Melinda in every generation they're reincarnated into, but in this reincarnation again Melinda isn't Melinda, and Emma actually is already being betrothed to her husband. So it's a huge issue of a lover's quarrel going on. Now besides this interesting plot with the whole evil and reincarnation type of thing, there's actually quite a lot of things I like about the show, and plus its animation as well. Firstly, a theme that I was really exploring this show that I really enjoyed was what makes someone's identity, as again Emma is herself but Melinda is also herself at the same time, and it's a weird contrast as again Emma still wants to be, have her old life, be betrothed to her husband, while Melinda understands that she has to make this great sacrifice every generation, and Emma's getting in the way of doing that. Despite this whole query of agendas, they actually end up helping each other, as it turns out that Melinda is kind of blamed for the death of her mom despite the fact it doesn't have nothing to do with her, and Emma's the only one that can really talk to her in that soul and spiritual way to explain that hey, it's not your fault, not your problem, you should be able to continue on with life and not have to be burdened by the false judgments of other people. Melinda helps in the maturity of Emma, as Emma again in the beginning is someone who's basically self-centered and wants everything to go her way, but doesn't understand that what she's doing or the ability she has is more than just for her and something that's going to affect the entire universe. Another thing that I was exploring in this show was the big battle between fate versus free will. Now, a character who basically embodies this is Edred the elf, as he was supposed to be the king of his nation and lead all the elves and have this glamorous lifestyle ahead of him, but instead he wanted to sacrifice his life and time to Merlin to be able to fight the evil for generation upon generation. Now of course he knew what he signed up for, but at the same time he caused his whole kingdom to go into ruin, as him choosing Merlin instead of the kingdom put them at a huge war against each other, and this civil war has been killing his people for generations upon generations while he was out there fighting this great evil. And again, this comes with regrets, as he understands that even though he has a responsibility to the world, he still has one to the kingdom as well. And this really makes him reconsider this is the right decision to do, as again being able to be called up generation upon generation is kind of inevitable, and basically you're in the constraints of fate for forever. Lastly, this theme kind of connects into what I was just saying earlier about Edred the elf, but the burden of power is something serious for all the characters. A quick little example of this is Alfie, who's the reincarnation of Shang, who ends up having to fight the great evil for like 20 to 30 years by himself, which puts him in a spell of loneliness but at the same time a sense of duty, as he understands sacrifice is necessary to keep peace. As for Emma, she quite literally sacrificed the perfect life she was about to have, as she literally got reincarnated the day of her marriage, which is really insane, but still something that she has to go through and understand that yeah, this is kind of bound to happen by fate. And lastly, as we talked about Cedric the elf earlier, yeah, he basically just had to sacrifice his kingdom, his family, his possible glamorous lifestyle, and all sense of duty he was supposed to have as by birthright to just save the world. But yeah, y'all, I really do suggest you guys should watch this show. The fight scenes are crazy, as you can see through the clips here. And did y'all know this show was actually Grammy nominated? Yeah, definitely was. Now, was it a huge nomination? No, but still something you can brag about under your belt. So y'all know. Anyways, y'all, appreciate you guys for watching the video. Hope you guys stay blessed up and prayed up and continue to be safe out there.